How's it going, guys? Here today with Kaaran on his photo shoot. So Kaaran, talk to us about how the day went. How are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm feeling fantastic. Today went awesome. It was a great photo shoot, easy. It was very rewarding. Very rewarding day, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've come a long way, right? And for those of you that don't know, we've got a weird connection. My uncle actually shot your wedding, so
That's right.
it felt as though it was meant to be for me to coach you.
Yeah, small world.
Very, very small world. And as I mentioned, you've been working with me for over a year now, right?
Yep.
Talk to us about, how things were prior to coming to K-Mac Fitness.
Yeah, so prior to KMAC, I was very active. I've always been active, always go to the gym. I live the gym 5 minutes away. But it got to the point where, I was kind of lacking purpose, kind of lacking that structure, not maximizing my time.
Yeah.
I was working out, gaining strength, but I knew I wasn't doing it to the best of my ability and to like how I wanted my body to look like and feel. So I was just lacking really that structure and purpose, and that's why I wanted to switch things up, not just from just a physical standpoint, but also a lifestyle change and knowing nutrition. That's actually one of the bigger keys for me was like, I read all these things, I see all these things, but how can I actually implement it and more importantly, learn these things, right? And
No, absolutely. It's been quite an educational process. And as you can tell, Kaaran is 6'4", used to play basketball. And did you not see the results from the activity you were doing before?
So to this extent, no, because I feel like here you're doing everything methodical about it with purpose, right? But playing, you're still eating whatever you want, right? You're still, it's cardiovascular is great. You're active, but as far as having goals and purpose and what you want your body to actually look like, back in the day, I wasn't really doing that, but this was with purpose from a fitness journey and nutrition journey. It makes a huge difference. So for sure, yeah.
And so, as we had mentioned, you just got married before joining K-Mac Fitness. Married life, a little one on the way.
That's right.
Did you see your health take a little bit of a dip during that period of time?
Yes, yeah. Unfortunately, sympathy cravings are a real thing. And I'll be honest, I was enjoying it, right? I knew in the back of my head that, okay, I was like, look, I'm going to dial in eventually and get back into shape. So I kind of took it a little bit too far.
Right.
But it is a real thing where weight can pile on quickly, right? And habits and like you think you are being active, you think you're doing things that you used to do, but then you go for a run, you're like, oh man, maybe, this is kind of tough right now, or my body feels kind of achy. I am not doing it the way I used to. So things, like I said, add up. And they were definitely different at the time. And that's why doing this, bringing the structure, right, changed everything.
So did you have any hesitations coming to an online coaching company? Had you heard about K-Mac Fitness before?
Yeah, so I did hear about KMAC. I had a couple buddies that did it, and I saw their progress pictures. And to be honest, I was like, okay, if you guys can do this, I can do it. I actually had a couple family members, and I saw they went on a trip. I think they went to Italy, and I saw their pictures, and they're a little older, and I was like, okay, that was the last straw. I was like, if they could do it, I could do it. And I mean that in a great way, like as motivation, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't have any hesitation, just knowing that as long as you're committed to do what you need to be doing, things will be easy,
All right, so the physical changes that you've been able to see are evident.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk us through some of the other benefits you've seen from the program?
Yeah, so some of the benefits is just learning a nutrition standpoint.
Yeah.
Macros, I've always heard about counting your macros, never did it in my life, right? And I always thought I was eating healthier, right? Eating clean and so forth. And I generally always have, but doing it the proper way, right? Counting your fats, carbs, protein efficiently, calorie counts. It does make a difference, right? I was eating healthier, but was I doing it the right way? Probably not, because I was putting weight on, right? And you go out, you do your socials, you have dinners, you don't realize how much that adds up on a consistent basis as well, right?
Absolutely. It's a big educational process, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I learned a lot of those things that I'll know for the rest of my life, and how to balance that. That's the key thing, is how to balance it, enjoying it, knowing when to dial it back down, but then knowing when to, certain situations where you do want to go out or whatever it is, right? Just knowing how to eat properly. That's, outside the physical standpoint, that's something that I 1000% learn and extremely grateful for.
Absolutely. And, it wasn't all smooth sailing. As with every health and fitness journey, there are challenges, there are some mental hurdles to overcome. Talk us through what your biggest challenge was and how you overcame it.
Yeah, my first challenge that I realized was that mental barrier of like doing something wrong, right? Especially from a foods perspective, because I was so dialed in and committed. And I remember for the first 4 months, I was like, okay, I started in January, my birthday was in May.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna just make it a goal for myself to just dial it in, right? And if I do anything wrong, what's gonna happen? So what I'm trying to say is, like, you gotta find that balance of, like, it's not gonna be perfection. You can't strive for perfection, right? There's gonna be bumps along the road. That's part of the journey, it's part of the process, it's okay, right? So just getting over that mental hurdle of, did I mess this food up? Did I mess that food up? Did I overeat here? Did I undereat here? It's, you reminded me, you got to trust the process, you got to trust the journey, and as long as you stay committed, it's going to work out. And another key I learned, right? You fall off the horse, you get right back up, right?
Absolutely. It's how you respond, right?
Yeah.
Because I think, as you said, you can go at this with just that tunnel vision mindset and just follow the plan, but then the other challenges of managing socials, managing birthdays, like you said, vacations and trips, you've got to experience it, right? Yeah. And once you learn how to manage those situations, you're set up for life because you just know how your body's going to respond. You know how to handle it in the future, right?
That's right.
So tell me, what is your biggest takeaway from your health and fitness journey with K-Mac Fitness so far?
So my biggest takeaway with K-Mac is, you can do great things when you believe in yourself, man. Physically, mentally, just now that I'm more sharp, more knowledge in my repertoire, right? Just knowing what to do. You focus and you stay committed, man. I always say, like I've been saying this all day, like, you read about it, you hear other people talk about it, but when you actually implement it, man, and you can be that person, like what I'm doing right now, actually talking about it, it's such a rewarding feeling, because you put the work in and you earned it. Yeah.
No, absolutely. And would you say your health and fitness journey has impacted those around you?
Absolutely. I know for a fact, I could think off the top of my head some friends that I know that kind of been following my journey and noticing me, and I see them slimming down a little bit, and I was like, okay, like, I'm rubbing it off a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's a great thing. If I can inspire anybody to be the greatest that they can be, which is what my goal was ultimately, is like, I just want to be the best version of myself. I love that, man. I love that I can help anybody moving forward now if they have questions, or even in the family, like within the house. Like, my wife is eating healthier and cooking recipes that are more, natural and healthier. And the fact that now I can start doing that as well, grocery shopping more. Yep. And knowing what to get.
Getting involved a little bit more. And if anything, it's a big inspiration and a great example for you and your wife to set for your little one as well, right?
Yeah. Saiba, our little daughter, she was a big motivation throughout my journey as well. Is, what kind of role model would I be, or a protector or a father, if I'm not being the best version of myself, And that, when I was doing those Bulgarian split squats in the gym and they were killing me, I thought about her. I thought about being a husband, a father. I've thought about the photo shoot day, just using it as motivation. As we get older, she can look at these pictures now.
Absolutely.
And she can say, that was my daddy that looked like that. And it's going to be such a rewarding feeling as we get older. She could see that.
Absolutely. So. And finally, what's next for you in your fitness journey?
What's next in my journey is train keeps moving, man. We're not stopping. Now we're in the next phase of building, maintenance. Fat loss phase is completed. Thankful for it. It was awesome, but I'm ready to take the next step, right? Start filling my clothes, start getting bigger, stronger, and just keep them going, man.
Amazing. No, you did so well.
Thank you, brother.
Keep an eye out
Yes,
for
sir.
the next phase of this guy's transformation.
Yes,
Done
sir.
so well. Couldn't be more proud of him.